Way you go, Ross.
Steve, did you get what you needed out of that?
Yeah, everyone got a good run and no injuries, so played some good footy and got the opportunity to cement some combinations again and finished a good week's work.
Did you play the last 15 minutes with 14 players? Was that a kind of a planned thing as far as when Roddy's...
Was that a question or was that telling me we did and then you want to know if we did?
Well, yeah, I'm not good at counting.
You weren't counting? Yeah. Well, we definitely did. Yeah, we run out of reserves and Ryan only needed to play 65 minutes. He's just come back, so...
Was that a good opportunity to test yourself down a little bit?
Well, we get plenty of those tests anyway, so don't need too many more of them. But obviously, his welfare was more important, and it's a good opportunity again to put ourselves under a bit of pressure when it comes to how many are on the park. So,
you're impressed with Joshua and how he came into the game?
Yeah, no, he did pretty well.
But what about it did you like?
His kicking game was good. His running game was good. He showed some composure. He got a couple of big hits and got back up and carried on playing well. So his mental fortitude was good and it was a good introduction for him.
Do you feel confident that he'll, if he's called upon to come into the World Cup, that he'll be able to do the job for you?
Very.
Yeah, way go, Mark. Steve, your two young wings played very impressively in the last Bledisloe. You've asked them to back up. What did you see from them out there again today? And are you, any clearer, I guess, on that back three mix for going forward?
No, we saw them play well again, and very happy with that. I saw Bender come back in and play well. So the pressure's on. There's competition, and everybody will have to work really hard to make the 23, which is what you want when you're going into a Rugby World Cup.
Yep, go Aaron, at the back.
Steve, considering the scoreline and how at times easy it looked, did it end up being something that you didn't want out of the test? Did it turn into something that was a bit loose?
No.
Okay. Can you specify then what you feel the benefit? Hello, kia ora. Can you tell us then what benefits you feel you got out of that particular contest?
Well, we got rugby time. We got collision time, we got set piece time, we got time on the ball under pressure and time on the ball in open space. So, that's what rugby's about. And we play a massive game in 2 weeks' time. So if we didn't have any of that today, then we would have been in a lot of trouble. So we got exactly out of it what we needed to get out of it. The score was irrelevant. That's what we did. And I'm very happy with what we did.
Can I just clarify as well, you were conscious of the 14 and it was a deliberate choice because you could have left Ryan on if you wanted to. So can I just clarify that?
Yeah, 100%. Cool. Could have left him on, but when Ben came off, he was a bit tight in the hamstring. He came off. Bodes has already come off, so we could have left Aaron sitting on the bench and put him on the wing, but we were happy to put Aaron on for TJ, and then of course we realised that we always knew we wanted to take Ryan off at 65 because he's come back and hasn't played for so long. He played 40 last week, 65 this week, so he's ready to go if we want him in a couple of weeks' time. So I had to make a choice, but it was a scoreboard said we could make that choice without too much risk.
So as you sit here right now, how comfortable do you feel getting ready to jump on the plane and head to a World Cup?
Yeah, I think we're in good shape. Yep. I think we're like a lot of teams. I think we've had a good build-up. We've had some good footy. Early on we probably didn't play as well as we would have liked. But that's usually the way we go. We start slow. We tried to look after players in both Argentina and South Africa by splitting the squad. That comes with a risk because you're not giving everyone enough game time or enough time on what we're trying to do. And we turned up to Perth a little bit underdone and probably with a poor attitude. But we rectified that problem in Eden Park, and now we've had a good hit out today. We've got everybody available for selection at this stage in a fortnight's time. So as long as everything goes well over the next 14 days, we'll be in a good shape.
Way you go, Elliot.
Steve, what did you make, or what was going through your mind with the Geordie Barrett collision in the air, and what did you make of the way that the referee moved through the steps?
I thought the referee handled it brilliantly, because what he saw was 100% what happened. They tripped over each other, and it was an unfortunate thing. So
we got John Day here, second row.
Kieran, there was some concerns about your form a few weeks ago. Do you think you're timing your run nicely heading into the World Cup with your own form?
Yeah, look, I'm happy. I think the coaches are that's keeping me out there, so I'll just do what I can for the team, and it's exciting. Like, I can't wait to be a part of the World Cup and get into it. So,
and is it quite energising playing alongside a guy like Artie Severe?
It doesn't matter who you play alongside, but he's certainly one who's got a good rapport with, and enjoy playing alongside him. We're building a great combination. It's there's obviously hard work to be done, so we'll do that over the next couple of weeks.
I'm just pretty disappointed with some of the questions that are coming, because most of them you could answer yourself. Ask us something that we can actually talk about, which would actually be invigorating for the fans to read.
It's a Mark, we'll go with you down the back of there, Joe.
Kieran, can you just talk about the state of readiness of this All Blacks team as you head to Japan Monday? Obviously a huge game coming in 2 weeks. Are you as ready as you need to be, or is there still work to do?
Oh, there's always going to be work to do, but look, we're at a point where we get on the plane, you can't change that. And so, look, our mindset is to turn up. We're there to win the World Cup, and so we've got to turn up from Monday, and take each day as it comes, but do it as best we can. So we're in a good space, as Steve said, but so's a lot of other teams, and we'll work hard, and once we get up there, we'll be different. But really looking forward to that challenge, and it's an exciting part of that challenge. That's why you play the game, to play in these tournaments.
Way you go, Joe.
Steve, do you feel any different personally going into this World Cup than you have the previous ones?
I'm probably even more excited about this one. We've got a massive opportunity to do something that's never been done before, and obviously that's to win 3 of them in a row. And when you get challenges like that, that's the kind of pressure you want to be under. You want to be able to go there and have a crack at it, and imagine if we manage to do that, how exciting that'll be. And you've got to take it head on.
Excuse my lack of historical knowledge or research. Have you ever been in a World Cup where your opening pool matches, I guess, been so big?
Yeah, they're all big, but I guess the opponent we've got this time, Argentina, last time was pretty big. But this is, it's, I guess, the round of the pool. So you've got to play them at some point. I think it's quite good playing them first, because it allows us then to control what we do from there in, and so really looking forward to it.
2 good results, I guess, for you and the Box too, heading into that clash.
Say that again.
And 2 good scorelines and good results for yourself and the Box.
The scorelines are irrelevant. I mean, it'll be on the day who does things right, and what decisions we make under pressure, and how well we do them. And there'll be moments when they'll control the game. There'll be moments when we will. So what's happened before that won't really make too much difference.
So you're saying that you didn't learn anything new from that South African game against Japan?
Oh, look, I think you always learn new things, Nige, but to be honest, I haven't watched the game yet, so I was focused on this game.
In terms of you've spoken about multiple game plans. Your confidence levels that is all bedded in to the point where you are, as a coach, satisfied / comfortable, or as comfortable as a coach can be?
You never want to get comfortable. Coaches are greedy people. They want more and more and more all the time. So if we sat here and said we're really comfortable, then we'd be in trouble. We're only starting out, and we're going to get 14 days to prepare for South Africa, and then after that we get 10 days, 4 days, and 6 days, I think, or 7 days, and that'll be a lot of time for this team to be together, and it gives us the opportunity to keep honing, keep getting better, the things that we need to get better at. So regardless of what happens in that first game, I know by the end of the round robin we'll be a better side, and then it's about what happens after that.
Does a performance or a game like today solidify your selection thinking a fortnight out, or do you still feel there is competition for starting positions in your side?
Oh, again, I think it would be very remiss of us as selectors to say, righto, well that's the team now. There'll be things that happen over the next 14 days that'll challenge that thinking, hopefully, and we've got to be flexible enough to see that, and keep an open mind. There's guys that we would pencil in now, but again, as I said, there's 14 days, so a lot of things can happen until we name the team. So again, it's keeping an open mind and see what happens.
We'll go over the last couple of questions with Aaron, and then if there's one more.
Steve, was there any sort of sentiment now that it's done, looking back, last test in New Zealand for yourself, and also the man on your left as well, after all you've coached here?
I can't answer for him, so you better ask him that. But clearly, you know it's your last game. But are we dwelling on that? No. Trying very hard to stay focused on what we're trying to do, which is coach a team to try and win a third World Cup. And when you retire, you've got plenty of time to reminisce about all the stuff that's gone before you, and pat yourself on the back or give yourself an uppercut, depending on how things go.
Rito, or we'll go with Mark's question.
Okay. Fozzie, we can't let you escape unasked. Your backs obviously had a bit of a field day out there today, a lot of opportunity, a lot of space to run in. What did you see from your backs in terms of, I guess, taking a stride towards what you need to see in Japan? And also, can you just talk specifically about Ryan's return and how you thought he got through it?
Yeah, overall, really pleased. They're great games for us to have, just to try a number of things, but also just to test where our skill sets are at. And yes, we got more time and space than we've had, but you've still got to be good enough to make the right decisions and do the right things. So overall, pretty good. We certainly didn't take advantage of every opportunity we had in the outside channel, which was a bit frustrating, and so we probably 2 or 3 went missing, so we'll look at that. But Ryan, he'd be pleased. I think he first 20 minutes he was like a new kid in a store, and he was jumping out of the guns and was probably a little bit over eager and in front of the ball a bit and missed his timing, but then he just settled down and just did what he needed to do, ran some nice lines and contributed well.
Thanks everyone, that's us.
Thank you.
Thank you.